Hey there, this is Buddy Kiosk of Stand and Draw, and it's been 1 month since I last posted something on the blog. Maybe even longer for videos. I'm not so sure. Okay, I won't say much, I've been busy lately, that's all. And for today's video, I'll be doing a deck profile for Project Diva F and F 2nd. Right, as you know, I think about a month back, they actually have Bushiro released Project Diva F 2nd, and well, of course I got it ASAP. I think I bought quite a bit of boxes that I will look for a few weeks. And I hope you can hear me now because I got myself a microphone. I hope you'll hear me because I got some complaints that my voice was a bit too soft. Can't help it since I just use the camera without the mic. Anyways, on to the deck profile. Let's call power 3-0. This guy, Hatsune, Miku, character. This is from the first series, Project Diva F. If you guys more people prefer the other one, Hatsune Miku Solitude, the blue color. Essentially because that card is in grade 0. It is on the field in the front row by itself against one level as well. But most prefer that one. Personally, I prefer this one since she works in the deck better and the other one. I think most people are more afraid of being reversed by a suicider. But for this deck, you don't have to worry about that much actually. Because this deck, you will always have plenty of, and you will always have a lot of resources and all. I will talk about that later. So just let's make this quick. 3 character and the basic support cards for Miku gets Hatsune Miku, or some as like Miku 39, or it's quite 39 get in English, but it's Miku gets actually. Enough of that, she's your global 500 booster for all characters that has Miku in the name. So yeah, this is a Miku deck. I think some of you should know that for her DT, you tap her, add 500 to another character. So another character with Miku in the name. Yeah, check. Please and give 500 to another one of them. So all of that. The rest are new cards from my videos. Yes, new cards from the second series. For Hatsune Miku Junky, I absolutely love this card. It's just a common as well. What this card does is that when you call this one out, put the top card of your opponent's stock to the witching room and put one card from the witching room to the stock. Essentially, you can actually, with this card you can do quite a bit of weird stuff to your opponent. For one example is early game, if your opponent has a climax card in the winning room, just call her out. If the card in the stock is not climax, even better. Just remember that. Just remember that card must not be a climax. So you have to actually remember what card your opponent revealed during the check phase. Right? So I can't remember what they call it. So what you want to do is call this out, swap that card, be it in the event or character, and swap it for a climax card. So that your opponents won't be able to actually compress his stack, since he may miss out on 1 or 2 climax cards in his deck of maybe 30. if it's unlucky. So this card is actually good for that, and also for games when it's during your turn, your opponent only have one card in the one or two cards left in his deck, in his library, like that. And you know that previously he checked out a character card or something. I just call her, swap that out. So at least your opponent has one less climax to use to cancel out or whatever. So yeah, she's a good card. I just play 4 of her. Definitely play 4 of her. The other card is quite essential. She's your brainstorm. Hatsune Miku Magician. I play 3 cheaper Aria. Right. This is one of the best card currently in this for this deck. Actually, this is one of the good cards. Her ability is that when her first ability is that when you use an activate ability, you can assign 500 power to one of your other characters. So essentially, she can be she's brainstorm and boost, but only when because her ability is brainstorm. Top 4 cards, go to the reading room. If there's any climax card, any amount of climax card revealed, add that number of character to hand, and then add 500 to one of the character. So, but sadly the ability only works once, but it's still quite good enough to actually render this card extremely good, because it's extra 500 power. 500 thing. So 3 of this, 3 of Magician. And last but not least is Hatsune Miku Bless You. I just played 2 of her, she's great. I played her because of her ability to actually she has the good ability in a way that you can check what is the top card, what is your opponent's top card deck. So when you attack and during your turn, you're not so confident to count. Let's say he has 7 climax in his stack in his video, and when you see his deck is like practicing 3 or 4 cards, and you're not so confident that, and you know that he doesn't have any climax in his stock, and the chances of him having climax in his hand is still there but probably low. So just pay 1, reveal top card, go to the ring room, and you can, if it's a climax card, great. If it's not a climax card, then at very least you know he will cancel the next attack or something. So yeah, she's a very good attack card. And she also acts as a suicider. Personally, in this deck, suiciders are actually okay, not so great, but still very useful. So yeah, 16 great zeros. Now for my great ones. In my great ones, I don't have much. Maybe 10 great ones. But for this deck, stock is not really rich. Let me introduce Hatsune Miku Orange Blossom. This is one of the best cards. Not really the best card, but it's one of the good cards to have. It's, because by her, if you have a full field, as in the 4 other cards, she gains 200 for each. So essentially she becomes 6k. And if you put any boosters, she will have 2 boosters and most likely 7k. So yeah, she can be a 7k 1-0, so that's extremely strong. She also have a kind of combo with Decorator, but I don't actually play it. Yeah, it's okay, but not great. But the ability is you pay 1 and all your when you unit attack. That's not wrong. Good. When you unit attack with a Decorator in the Decorator in the primary zone, you may pay the cost to pay all your music character gains 2005. So she's quite similar to Ren from the first series. One of the one with the fire power combo. Yeah, similar, but I wouldn't say it's great. Yeah, because there are better combos out there. We'll get to that in a minute. So for this, I just play for the first skill plus 200 for every music character. And the next up would be this skill here, Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Supremo or something, or Supreme, I'm not so sure. Anyways, this is one of the... Somehow this is one of the cards that will always survive in my field for very long. Even if I have one or two of her, she will field for like almost the entire game most of the time. Reason being, she's a 7k. Like this guy is 7k with field, but this guy is 7k for herself. If you boost maybe 8, with climax combo 9 or something. But what makes her great, a good card, is when this unit is in battle, your opponent can use counter. So yeah, you attack, your opponent wants to counter, sorry you can't. Yeah, that kind of thing. So she's extremely good for that, since your opponent won't be able to counter, so it's either they have to waste a counter or something. So just all that. And next up, my favorite counter, Kagami Yumi something. Sorry, I can't read Japanese. Okay, I can't read some kanji to that. I think it's butterfly something. I can't remember what's the translation for it. But anyways, I think you guys can see the picture, right? If you want to know what the number is, PD/S22-003R. Yeah, so look it up at Heart of the Cards, and you should. Yeah, she's your counter card. She counter for 1005, you pay 1, but the second ability is you reveal a top deck. If it's a music character, then you can add 1k to another character. Basically, she can be a potential 2005k counter. Potential. Great, but not good. Just know it. Next is my level 2. Okay, my level 2 is a bit weird. I play 2. Hatsune Miku V3, she's the level booster. I was thinking of either playing the 1k booster or the level booster, but I decided to play this one because she synchronizes with the deck very well. Because of her, not only she's a level booster, her second ability is when you call her out, you can pay 1 and exchange a climax in hand for a climax in the waiting room. This deck quite a bit of climax you want to actually have in hand, especially when you're at level 2. And this card helps you to figure out for it. And it actually pays for itself later on. I'll show you why. Hello to Hatsune Miku Orbit. And because of her, she's your, how should I say this? She's the girl that actually adds stocks. Yeah, she's your broker. Yeah, let's say she's a broker. Yeah, she's your broker. So basically, her ability is for every music character you gain 500. So by full field 9k with boost, maybe 10k with level booster, and she's at the center, maybe something bigger even. Plus 2k, so 9 plus 1 plus 1, 11k. Yeah, she can be 11k. Yeah, you can make it bigger even. That's about it. But she's a good tanker as well. But for her second ability, that's what makes this card actually good. Even for a single RRT. Her ability is that when this unit attack and your climax spell have Speaker, Miku's Giving Day edition, you can actually look for one music character in your waiting room and put it to stop, and you can choose one music character and it gains 2005. So basically she can become very big and she adds stocks. So that's why I say this card you can pay for yourself. So for that turn, if you have all 3 out, you gain 3 stocks. And you can actually filter out what you have in your reading room and put it to stock, so that you won't actually get too much climax in there, or you can actually stock up for your week 3s, or you just have to stock up so that you can just compress your deck a lot. There are instances when I play this, I stock up way too much that my deck only has about 15 cards, 8 climaxes. And yeah, it's not really a good thing, but it's not a bad thing either. If you know what I mean. It's 15 or something. I can't remember how many cards I have, but I know it's quite thin and my stock was quite thin. Yeah, she's your broker. And the other one from the old series, Candle. I used to play the promo card where you call 1, pay 2 and add 1 to one music in your hand, but for this deck you have plenty of stocks, and this card actually helps you figure out your character card. So if you, and it also help you to search out for things. So 1 is enough. Yeah, 1 is actually enough. I actually managed to get her in my hand quite often, but sometimes I don't even use her that much. I just, when I'm at, of course I decided to do some petty tricks to get to level 3 quick, or among others. Yeah. So yeah, basically she's a good tech card. And yeah, next is, I just play one of these cards, and some people actually disagree with me, and some people say okay sure, but or some people say you play something else. And yeah, the Sheena clone from Angel Beats. Hatsune, Kagami Ren, Whiter Age. This is one of the best counter out there. So he's 2005. I just pay 1, 2005. What I like about this card is you can ability pay 2 and refresh for free. Just pay 2 refresh and take damage. And you see, essentially this card is good in the sense that if you know you don't have enough climax in your deck, you have maybe a few, like maybe 8 in your ready in the reading room, or maybe you have 1 at the top of your stock and you have 7 in the reading room and your deck is extremely thin. This is a good card to use. There's counter, refresh, this one goes in as well, and then the chances of cancelling that damage you'll be getting increases significantly. So just 1 rand. Okay, the others will be grade 3s. I played quite a bit of in 9. Some people call me crazy, but for this deck, 9 is actually quite, I mean 9 is not bad for this deck. You can actually play, usually people will say play 7, 8, but I play 9 and I usually make good things. Weird things, funny things, and yeah, things. Yeah. From the first project Diva, Hatsune, the Hatsune Miku healer. Yeah, I just get it from the first one. So if you just buy the second one, you don't buy the first one. Sorry, they don't have in the second one. This is your Miku healer. There are some decks which I saw that play 8 healers in the deck. I think maybe there's a bit of success with all these anti-heal with me. So I still play 4. 4 is actually more than enough for me since I can cycle cards to end and stuff. Yeah, I think everyone should know her ability for every music character plus 500, and she's a healer. Next up will be one of my favorite cards. Actually, I really like this card. a lot. She's your, she says here 3-2, but she's essentially your 2-1 level, 2-1 grade 3. Now you know why I play 9. Because if this card, this is actually good, extremely good card in the sense that for we have 6 stocks in your, you have 6 climax cards in the reading room. She is a 2-1, she is a level 2 enhanced. So what you do is just you have 6 stock rotation, 4, 3, 2 cost, draw 2 cards, drop 2 cards, and add 1 stock. So basically this is just 2-1. People call this cheap, I call this nice. I played 2 of her, it's actually more than enough. Essentially I will try to keep at least 1 of her in hand. If I draw her out earlier in the game, maybe another 2 or something. Because you want to actually get the level, you get this one out first. The second ability, one more other ability would be that if you have 3 or more, if you have 3 or more other music character, excluding herself, she gains 1k, so she's 11k by herself. So imagine having 11k to stick at the beginning of level 2. Your opponent is free, especially your opponent's free. Everyone disorder. Next would be 3. Isuma Demo. She's your, okay, I played 3 of her, she's your shooter. And her ability is a bit, her shooting ability is a bit iffy at times, but it's good that because late game your opponent just call out level 0. Just call out level 0 or something that is there is no level and you're more powerful. She's 10k with boosters and stuff, she can drop 15k for kind of combo with 15, 16. Yeah. That's the she shoots, so when your opponent get revert, when this unit, but during the turn you call this out, you may pay the cost, which is drop 1 card from your hand. If your opponent is reverse, pay cost, and that character go to the clock. So essentially, this guy is actually good if your opponent is at level 3-6. So just throw 1 card clock. Okay, bye bye, sayonara. It doesn't matter if you cancel or not because your character is going to clock anyways. Yeah, she's an extremely good card. The second ability is, I wouldn't say excellent, but it's okay as well. When this card is, you have a, no, when you use the climax card package, you can pay the cost. You pay 1 and you search for, but one condition is that she has to get the card. Yeah, she has to get the card. So pay 1, put and search for 1 new character and put it anywhere you like. So you can just replace 1 card, own 1 or something. Maybe you have something at the back that is not a booster, or maybe you have that brainstorm where like you can't not using her, and you need the extra power, you can just call another the Hatsune Miku V3 or the Re-zero booster. Just replace it. And just do a pause. Yeah, place anywhere you like. It's just there. And this character and this card will gain 1500 until the end of your opponent's turn. So yeah, she gains power and stuff. So the climax combo actually help you gain a bit of power, gain feel, and of course give you a lot of chance to do dirty tricks. A lot of people call that extremely dirty deck. because of some of the shooting ability and all. That's all for my grade 3s and all. This is speaker. Okay. The reason why I see this deck is a bit dirty is because all my climax cards 2k 1 soul drop, 2k 1 soul drop 1 card. This is for speaker and this is for orbit and this is for her. Now all are 2k 1 soul drop, and the reason why I like 2k 1 soul drop is you don't actually use N to actually gain back something. You just regain back your hand while you just pull out one character, which is actually quite a good trade-off. Especially when you know your hand is bad, you just draw. Even when I have 1 or 2 of this in my hand when I start the game, I rarely throw them off. I will just keep them in hand so that I can just either use it one immediately or use it when I'm figuring one. I will try, and the best way is to actually use up package first and then use up speaker. Because once you're grade 2, you want to have speaker in hand. Definitely you want speaker in hand. You want orbit in the field. You want to actually gain 3 more stop going to. That's all I can say. So package is another one that I rarely use the skill. Even though I have been, I rarely use the skill. I'm still just looking also just for the sake of drawing. Yeah. So that I can just filter out the deck a bit, gain hand size, so I can hope for something, get something, depends. But yeah, that's all I can say. Yeah, I can just say that's what it is. I think so. Let's see. Yeah, I would like to teach how to use this deck, but then again, it won't be that easy. We don't have enough time. It's almost 30 minutes. I don't think people want to hear me rant. Okay, that's all okay. For those of you who are interested, sadly I'm not selling Project Diva singles in my store. That's because one way or another, let's just say I'm keeping most of the podcasts. I'm building quite a large number of decks. Next up, I'll be maybe sooner or later posting out my 2nd Project Diva deck, which is a yellow centric deck. I'm still planning my Kaito and Kaito Miku deck. Although this build just not working as well as others. Okay, I think I talked too much. Okay, that's all I have right now. I hope you enjoy, I hope you try out the deck. Actually, you should try out the deck if you play Project Diva. It's funny to the point that I won against quite a number of top tier decks actually. Angel Beats, Kantai Collection, whatever. Even great compression decks like Dakapo and all. Okay, that's all I have for now. Remember to visit the store, of course. I have V-Cross and English Vanguard, probably some Japanese as well, but I don't have much WS. Maybe I may add in some in the future. I'm still considering. Well, do visit the store first. I will post out that recipe in my blog, of course, and that's all I have right now. I think that's quite boring, right? Yeah, it's quite boring. Anyways, thank you and see you again soon. Hopefully not next month.